Good evening. We ready?
I don't know. It didn't let me join yet. There it is. You see me? I'm in.
Yes, we need a roll call first.
Roll call.
Thank you.
Mr. Glock. Here. Mr. Sloan.
Here.
Mr. Wayne.
Here.
Miss Goldman, she's on Zoom, so she gets some, Vince Green's up and Vince Gates. Here.
Good evening and welcome to the January 4th meeting of the Mount Lebanon Traffic Board. The Traffic Board is an advisory board to the Mount Lebanon Commissioners. We can make recommendations to commissioners, but we can take no actions on our own. The first time, if you have a complaint or want to bring something to the board, you should email Lieutenant Scott Green of the Mount Lebanon Police Department at least 1 week prior to the meeting. New items on our agenda are for further discussion only, and no action will be taken on them. Zoom participants, if you wish to comment during the public comment agenda item, use the raise hand function during the public conduct agenda item and the chair will recognize you. When you are recognized, be sure to unmute your line and announce your name and address for the record. You will have 5 minutes to comment. Any people in the audience who wish to comment, they will have 5 minutes to comment. Please state your name and address for the record. Thank you. Close enough.
You weren't reading?
No. Let's review.
Type the traffic board.
www.lebanontrafficboard.org or something. Okay, let's review the November 2nd, 2022 traffic board minutes. We have a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. All against? Minutes for November 22nd, November 2nd are approved. Old business, request for review of pedestrian crossing signal timing on Cedar Boulevard at Greenhurst Drive.
You know, not much to this. This is at the lower entrance to the high school. That entire traffic signal was replaced in 2019/2020 with a Green Light Go grant. So it's all brand new. It's got all the ADA ramps. It's got all the ADA compliant push buttons. It's got countdown timers, don't walk signals with countdown timers. I looked at it a little closer. Everything that should be there is there. So it is a function of, you do have to push the button to activate the walk signal. So it may be, if the resident was here, that may be what's happening. If you just walk down to the intersection and you say, okay, I'm gonna wait for the walk indication, it doesn't come up every cycle because there's not always pedestrians there. So it'll, as long as you push the button, when it's time for that walk to go with whatever concurrent phase it's going, it will give you the walk. Otherwise it stays going. So it's just a function. I mean, there are little signs and tell you how the countdown timers work. And so it might just be a function of people not pushing the button and saying, hey, why aren't I getting a walk indication? But that's how it is pretty much at every signal, unless you're in a business district.
Right.
Where it's programmed to always come up. I like to talk a lot. The reason that they do that is that, let's say at midnight, these signals are now, the technology is so good that at midnight, remember in the old days, it used to be you pull up there and you go, I got to wait for the whole site, the minute to go through and there's no cars here. Well, now the detection's so good that wherever the car is, it immediately detects you and cycles through and gives you a green light. when the walk signal indication goes, the length of the green phase that you walk with. So if you want to, let's say you want to cross Morgan, you get that walk signal when Cedar Boulevard has its green light. But if it's at midnight and there's no cars on Cedar, and the side streets just go red and someone pulls up to Greenhurst, that walk has a minimum length of 7-second minimum plus 18 seconds of don't walk because of its length. So once you give a walk signal, you have to have enough time for somebody to walk at 4 feet per second before it can go red. So you have these times where there's no pedestrians there, where you will have a 30-second green light with no cars and someone sitting on the side going, why aren't I getting the, so that's why it's on actuation only. That's
Okay.
why they want you to push the button.
Anybody from the?
So no
community?
recommendation, sorry.
So you're not recommending any change?
Correct.
Anybody from the community here to speak on this issue? None? Any discussion? Questions? Okay. We accept your recommendation.
Thank you.
Doesn't require any action by us. Any new matters from the audience? Seeing no new matters, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Since we're here, can I just update you on a couple of things?
Okay,
One, there were a series of recommendations that came out of the September traffic board meeting. Speed limit signs, pedestrian crossing with arrow signs on Castle Shannon Boulevard.
Right.
All of that's been done. I know there's always a question about like it leaves here and
right.
who knows what happens. So we have a new process in place where we get it from here to implementation and it's a little bit more coordinated. So that's all been done. Commissioner Silverman, as he obviously knows, the entire Arden Road traffic calming plan was included in the budget for this year. So that, yeah, the money is included in the budget
For the entire plan.
for the whole plan.
That's amazing.
We're gonna,
Did you say Arden Road? Is that what you said?
yes,
Okay, thank you.
you
That's
remember that
great,
one that
yeah.
had 6 or 7 different kind of treatments?
And we figured it'd be
Yeah, so
luckily
it
for
was,
3
we
or
were
4
saying, hey, it could be fake.
budgeting cycles or whatever.
So that'll, hopefully you'll see that this year. And then the only other thing is that had come here a few times was the disabled gentleman that was requesting the accessible pedestrian push buttons
Right,
along the business corridor here. We are this month applying for a Green Light Go grant to update all of the push buttons and signal heads along this corridor, 7 intersections to be ADA compliant.
great.
That application will go in this month. It was already approved at a pre-application level, a scoping form. So they said, yeah, this is eligible, submit it. And they also told us through those conversations that there's actually a whole separate set of federal monies for ADA upgrades like that might be available that's at no cost to the municipality. So we're putting the application in, but we're also pushing from behind to see if we can't get the state to just fund the
Do
whole
it.
thing. So since we were here, I figured I'd update.
Good. I'm glad to hear about Arden Road.
Maybe 2 or 3 meetings ago, we had a resident come who lives on Washington Road in one of the newer buildings, you know, a little bit beyond the business. And she wanted one of the parking spaces moved. Do you remember that?
I do.
Whatever happened?
That was not an issue that the traffic board reviews.
It was referred to the parking.
Yeah, it was referred because it would require losing a metered space. And she was saying you can't see when a car's parked there. Years ago, the policy of this board and of the municipalities is that we're not evaluating private driveways. That opens a whole can of worms that we can't get involved with. We look at local road intersections and public streets, but a private driveway has to be an issue that we don't deal with. So she did go to I don't know, she may have gone to the parking board. She knew different people that she had gone to. I don't know if anything ever came of it. Just the other day, I saw there was a vehicle parked there, so it hasn't been moved. So.
That is, you know, when you asked about the whole board's version, that's actually part of the process going forward. When it eventually gets to be all of one board, to say, okay, it's traffic, it's parking, so someone doesn't feel like I go to this board, go to that board, to try and make more one-stop shopping. Because that's one of the process. Remember the gentleman who was here asking about the signs,
How could we forget?
same things like, let's just put it all under one place, so, you know, person's going, which board will answer my question.
Now I'm done.
Any other questions? Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second, Teresa Cole.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against? Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Have a good evening.